What's up, guys? Sather here. I'm here for my first ever game review. If you've watched my channel for long enough, even though it's not really that long of a channel, we're only going on like 4 months now, you know that I play a lot of video games. So I might as well review the ones that really stick out to me. And today's game is Superliminal, which is a game that I'm not even kidding, I just finished this game probably half an hour ago. I had some mixed thoughts, but there was one aspect that I just loved. And that'll be at the end of the video, so make sure you stick around for that part. If you're not new to the channel, you know this isn't my usual setup. I'm actually in my room back home. I'm back from college on spring break. So I'm planning to make a lot of videos here coming up. Some more college football player reacts videos, and then I know I have this game review, and then I'm reviewing Piku Niku um, probably probably tomorrow morning at some point. I don't know when that video will be out. Um, I don't know when this video will actually be out when I get done editing, if I don't fall asleep first, because it's getting kind of late. So, you know, I need to get some sleep tonight. But I wanted to make this video quick and express my thoughts on this game, which the gameplay side of it, had some mixed feelings, but again, there's one part that really stuck out. Well, first of all, I am going to go over the gameplay. Superliminal is essentially a puzzle solving game. You may relate it to something like Portal. Perception is not reality, is basically the point of the game. And it's a really cool function. I'll show some clips here quick, kind of showing how that works. So there's 8 chapters, and they're all progressively harder and harder, and more like, I wouldn't say harder, I'd say more like mind-boggling as you go on, and reality is so weird as you progress during the game, where everything in the beginning you kind of understand how it works. I'm pretty sure you start out with a chess piece which you can alter the size of, and that's how you get through the first couple stages. And then the first couple chapters are something along the lines of you're shifting the size of things for reality. But as the game progresses, um, there's a whole lot more factors. I can't even really explain how exactly, like, how mind-boggling parts of this game was. You just have to play for yourself to really understand that part. But understand that if you're looking for a game that's not like any other game, or maybe it's something like Portal. If you're really into Portal, you're gonna like this game. But I think it's a lot. I haven't played Portal, but from what I know, this game is crazy, and it's not like any other game I've ever played. I personally really love how they dealt with reality and perception as the game progressed. They didn't just throw it all at you right away. They let it build up. And there's parts of the games where I sat there for probably, 10 minutes on one level in one chapter trying to figure out what the hell I was supposed to do. Because I didn't know. And a big point is thinking outside the box. And early in the game, I didn't think outside the box. I thought like a normal gamer, like if I'm playing Far Cry or I'm playing Skyrim or something, like I know my objective and I know I need it. Like Skyrim, I'd say like let's just talk about like dungeons. You go to the dungeon, you go to the starting area, you kill all the monsters there, you collect all the loot. You go to the next area, you kill all the monsters. It's the same thing over and over. You know what to expect. This game, they throw everything out the window. You never know what to expect um, when you play this, and it's a really cool factor. Again, I'm gonna show some clips here out through this video, just kind of explaining what I mean. I can't fully explain it all. You just kind of have to see it to believe me. The downsides, there it was. I'd say my whole problem with some of the levels was, again, there's no explanation whatsoever how you're supposed to really do it, which is a good thing, except for when I literally had no idea what was going on. And maybe this is a positive, honestly, um, that they didn't throw any hints in, so you had to figure it out all by yourself. I'd say it's a really good concept, but when there's some levels that maybe I'm just a really bad gamer. You know what? I am. I'm a really bad gamer. I found that out playing this game. Man, it's crazy. The only other big negative I had was there was some lag, and on my Xbox I don't run into I play this on my Xbox. I don't run into games that often that give me a lot of lag. So when this one got really choppy at some points, and it's not a big game, it's about 11 gigabytes. So I don't think it should be causing any lag on my Xbox, but it did. So that was and it was noticeable. It wasn't game altering, but it was choppy at some points, and it was noticeable enough for me to bring it up. Now, maybe it was my Xbox, but I don't think so. I think it was just maybe the game is. I mean, it's a little indie game made by developers who aren't in a big company. Of course, there's going to be some problems in that area, and obviously, I get that. And I'm not discrediting any of the developers because they did an amazing job, and they um, created a game that. I mean, it shifted my thought process not only on games but on life. And the big aspect of that is the ending speech. So you play the whole game, and the one noticeable part that I really picked up from this game wasn't even in the game. It was the ending uh, speech that the doctor that's so there's a doctor that's leading you around. Uh, the You're in a dream. You're in it. Okay. I should have let off with that. I'm stupid. I'm sorry. This is my first game review. Pardon me. You're in a dream. A doctor's leading you around, and in the end, he does this little speech, and I'm serious. For people who are going through tough times in their life, this speech is a really good thing to listen to. And I'm, I'm not trying to steal content, but I really want to get this speech out there. So I am just going to show the entire clip of the ending speech and cut it up a little bit, just so, because there's some time in between. So I'm just going to cut it up a little bit just so you can hear the speech.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and by now you may have realised that all of this has happened exactly the way it was supposed to. You see, everyone who comes to the Institute does so because they feel that they are no longer in control of something important to them. But, more often than not, the problem is not that the problems we face can't be solved. The problem is that we become so afraid of failure that we refuse to see our problems from a new perspective. And so, we do the same things again and again and again. And therein, of course, we find exactly the failure we were looking for. Your life will always be a struggle, and you will always have problems. But today, you have the chance to see things differently. Even though it meant facing obstacles that seemed impossible at first, you thought outside the box, and you overcame them. Because you saw things from every angle, you understood them for what they really were. Because you kept moving forward, no matter how far off the path you were told you were headed, or how unexpected it became, you found your way. In a few minutes, you'll be back in the real world. And some part of you will say that none of this was real. So how could it have really meant anything? But just like the power of perspective itself, it will have been as real as you believed it to be. all you've got to do is wait up.
That speech really stuck with me. I, it shifts not only my perception on video games in general, but I mean, it shifts my perception on life and it makes you think. And I love when games do that. And they not only, because video games are meant to be fun and they're meant to, they started out as just you do levels and you have fun. And there's some games out there that really make you think about your life and how you approach every day. And this game is one of those games. And it's not the game that does it. It's this ending speech where they really tie everything together and they give you a life lesson. And it blew me away. I hope it blew you away, honestly. If it didn't, I understand, but I honestly really enjoyed it. If I had to give this game a rating, I'd give it 4 out of 5 stars just because of some of the choppy moments. But I'm giving it 4 stars because they did something that I haven't really seen in a video game ever before. So I'm going to give props to that. And they executed it, honestly, I think, pretty well for the most part. And then I'm giving the ending speech. We're going to do the game and we're going to do the ending speech. The ending speech I give 10 out of 5 stars, if that's saying anything. I mean, it literally gave me chills listening to it the first time after playing the entire game. I'd say I honestly you do have to play the game to maybe get how it would affect a person. So obviously I place the ending credits, ending scene in like one of the greatest video game endings I've ever seen, and it's a really simple one. Like there are a lot of really great video game endings. Don't get me wrong. This one has stuck with me the most. And it's really simple. It's not something that I mean you talk about with your buddies at lunch. Dude, did you play? Did you see the ending of this game, bro? It was so cool. It's not something like that. It's something that just makes you think and ponder life. And I think that's a really cool take on video games. So I'm really happy of how they executed it. But overall game, 4 to 5 stars. I can't give it five just for some moments it had, but 4 to 5 stars. Go play it. I'm serious. Go play this game. You will not regret it. Now you're going to be frustrated. Don't get me wrong. There are parts of this game that um are super challenging, but get through it and keep pushing forward. And that's what the ending scene kind of says. So I hope you enjoyed this little game review that I put together. It's my first one. It's not anything special. It's a really short video. I just wanted to put something together. Uh, I'm going to I'm going to put a little more effort into my Pikaniku. If you don't know what that is, you'll find out. Video. I'm going to put more effort into that. But this one was just one I wanted to create right now. I wasn't even planning on making this game review until about 30 minutes ago when I finally got to the end and I said I have to make a short little video on that. So I hope you enjoy. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and thanks for watching. See you guys next time.